Oh my
I
gosh,
don't know
that
nothing
doggy.
about that. Ooh, with the ponytail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a theory that Serbians are really kinky.
Absolutely, I agree.
I am a dirty, sexy, nasty, kinky angel. Hello, my loves, and welcome back to Luvbites by Dr. Tara podcast. Here with me today is a fabulous, fabulous guest with the best hair, Miona.
Hi.
Hi. Are you feeling orgasmic?
Absolutely.
You're like,
Always.
always. With this hair, girl, always.
Always.
So you are known from 90 Day Fiancé,
yeah.
and you are a TV personality and an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
That's right.
brought you into 90 Day Fiancé?
I mean, that was really spontaneous. Just like the whole process was like, I was getting married and getting this K1 visa.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, did you heard about that show on TLC that they're doing? It's actually exactly our situation. And he was like, oh, yeah, what's that about? So I watched like one episode, not even. And we like reached out to them, texted them. And they're like, oh my God, we would love to have you.
Wow.
When are you coming? I was like, in a month? And they're like, okay, we're starting to film in a month. No preparation, no nothing. I was just thrown into the reality TV.
So 1 month of knowing you started filming for the show.
Yes, it was that quick. In the next 7-8 months, show was out. This attention, everything on me. I just came into another country. Like everything was so new to me and so confusing.
Have you always been outspoken?
I mean, I have anxiety, so I think I'm
Girl,
not
we all do.
I'm not the worst communicator, especially since English is my second language. But
But your energy, like you have high energy and you're like very confident and assertive. Have you always been like this, or were you always like more calm and?
I mean, I tried the whole show to like stand up for myself, but also to like stand my ground, like in the sense like to be respectful, but to speak my opinion, like. And I think the message translated well on the TV, and I feel like a lot of girls were like, oh my God, I was so inspired by you, like how you stood up for yourself. So I felt like I can give that message that you can be assertive, that you can be strict, that you don't have to bend your rules, but you can still be respectful and, be there.
Yeah. I love that. There's a fine line, right? Because I feel like as women, it's so hard to be like out there and outspoken and speak up for yourself and get all the things you want versus like people thinking, oh my gosh, she's being a bitch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's really, especially when you're on
It's
reality
a fine
TV.
line that we're walking.
Yes, reality TV is something where people are just looking to judge you, unfortunately. So it's like it's hard to find that line where everybody's going to be satisfied with. But I wasn't trying to please people. I was trying to be myself. So and I feel like that translated well on the screen.
Your look is such a vibe.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Are you? Would you describe yourself as kinky?
I guess in
Love
some things
it.
I'm out there with
Yeah.
everything, with my looks, with everything,
With
know.
everything
So,
out there.
yeah,
What would be your like kinkiness level from 1 to 10?
it depends. I guess I'm out there. Like if I would have to give it a number, 7, let's say.
Okay.
There is some stuff that are kinky that I wouldn't go there. I
Like
would guess.
needles?
No needles. For sure, no needles.
I went to a BDSM dungeon recently to like film a YouTube video, and I saw like a whole set of like a dentist office where there's tongs, there's needles, there's and a dentist like chair, like a
Oh my
chair, a
gosh.
patient chair.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what is this for? And she's like, oh, it's for people who like to play like pulling teeth, or people that like to play like with needles.
I never heard about that.
Yeah, the world of sexuality is vast.
That's crazy.
It is a big world.
There's a lot more for me to learn there.
Okay, the first game that we're gonna play is called Date or Divorce.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Your husband says you don't do anything around the house.
It has to be one of those two. There is no third though.
Date or divorce?
With that mannerism of talking to me, that's divorce, I guess.
Okay, your husband is only making $50,000 a year.
And that's date.
Your husband forgets your anniversary.
That's okay still. I don't think that's that big of a deal, like to be like straight up. This is a deal breaker.
Your husband wants an open relationship.
Divorce.
Your husband is a terrible cook and insists on cooking every meal for the rest of your life.
He's trying. It's date.
She's so generous. So date or divorce. Terrible food for the rest of your life.
I mean, like, you can't tell him you don't want to eat that.
Nope, you
That's
can't.
not. Damn. Then we will have to divorce it. Oh my God. Divorce
Okay.
it.
Have you ever heard of male masturbators?
Male masturbators? No, I didn't actually.
So, you know
That's
how men
interesting.
like to masturbate?
Of course.
Yes. I often talk about
doesn't?
how when period, girl, I love to masturbate. I often talk about how when men masturbate using only their hands for a long period of time, what happens is their body and their mind get connected and they can only get turned on and they can only come through their hand. So when they have sex with their partner, it's not as stimulating because they get like so used to masturbating with their hand.
Yeah.
So I always tell people that they need different tools in order to have a variety of their self-pleasure routine.
Yeah.
And that's why I am talking about Stroke by blushvibe.com. Stroke is a male masturbator. So if you're a male and you like to masturbate, this is for you.
I like the packaging.
It's like an Apple store. like,
Yes,
box.
I love it.
And it's super cool. Here's the masturbator. Where's the hole? Here's the hole. Here's the hole. It vibrates. So you like press onto this and it vibrates. And the inside is supposed to feel really, really good. So you put your penis in here and you just you masturbate like this. I don't have to show you
Wow.
how to masturbate.
Wow.
But yeah,
okay.
look at the hole.
It has a simulation, like
Yeah.
texture.
It has like bums and stuff, you know? It's ripped. Yeah. Yeah. And if he has a really big penis, don't let this fool you because it extends way big.
Yeah.
way big. So this is a really cool masturbator. If you want to check it out, it's at blushvibe.com. You can also just click the link in the episode description. Okay. The second segment of my show is questions from my fans. And my fans love asking sex, dating, love, relationship questions. So we're going to give them advice. Me as a sex expert and you as their big sis.
Okay.
Ready?
Sounds good.
Okay. Yard House asks, I am trying to open up my mind to different kinds of sex. How do I do that?
I feel like the biggest thing when trying to open your mind to some new stuff, especially sexually, is like getting rid of that stigma, like around sex. I feel like that was the big thing for me. Am I going to be shamed? Can I say that I want this? Like, is it going to be too much? Is it like unacceptable? So I feel like getting over that stigma and having somebody next to you who's not gonna shame you about that is like gonna, be the first step to opening up your mind. And then
That's
setting
a
your
really
boundaries.
good point.
Yeah. I feel like that was my biggest issue, when I was like exploring sexually and trying to open up more, that I was caught up in this like stigma, especially coming from my background and my country.
Yeah, you're from Serbia, right?
Yes.
And Serbian culture is conservative.
Yeah, mostly, yeah.
Yeah.
We are kind of opening up and following those Western trends, but
But I have a theory that Serbians are really kinky.
really,
I had sex with a Serbian guy who was kinky as hell.
I mean, that sounds about right.
Yeah, he had a ton of sex toys.
Yeah,
At his
that
apartment.
sounds
I was
right.
like, whoa,
yeah, but we're
is
not
this
gonna
like a
openly
store?
speak about it.
Right.
We're
It's
not
like
gonna do
something you do in secret.
Yes, something you do in secret. You don't speak like that. You don't speak about that with your parents. You don't speak about that with nobody in your family. Like that's something that's so. I kind of had to explore all that on my own to learn,
Yeah.
And then you have to. I had to find the partners who were also open that I can learn with them. That I can do all that. So it was interesting. And then I came here, and that sex culture is a lot more open, and you can learn.
I commend you, for all the girlies that are from other cultures. Like I'm from Thailand. Thailand is very conservative. So
Yeah.
I understand like coming from another country. So I really commend you for speaking about sex positivity like openly and bringing this positivity everywhere because I think it's so important. We all do it. The reason why we're
Absolutely.
here is our parents did it.
Yes.
So might as well talk about it. And we're going to live like for a long time, I think technology is catching up that we're gonna live even longer. Do we want to have just one kind of sex,
Yeah.
or do you want to have, like kinky,
no.
like crazy hot sex?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
removing that stigma about it's so important.
And you brought up a really good point about partner, because I remember when I was a teenager and I was always like a kinky little kid.
Yes.
I remember like saying something to my partner and he was so like startled.
Yeah.
And then he was like, ew, why would you think that?
Yeah,
So
especially
then I'm
men
like, oh
have
shit,
this
maybe
idea.
I shouldn't say it. And then I
Yeah.
like just suppressed it for a long time after that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
men have this idea too that we should be like, I don't know, some
An
perfect
angel?
angels. Yes.
I'm a dirty, sexy, nasty, kinky angel.
You can be
My
both,
partner
girl.
appreciates it.
Yes, you can be both.
I really think that opening up your mind is easier when you have information. So
Yeah.
like education, reading sex related
Absolutely.
books, listening to sex podcasts, listening to or like consuming sex positive content.
But that's the key, sex positive
Sex
content.
positive. Yeah.
That's not always what's served
just
to
sex.
us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like porn. I feel like some porn is like way too much and way too fake
Yes.
for it to be healthy for anybody.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But then
like,
there's also porn that I feel like the creators put a lot of like effort and thought into creating something like passionate, erotic, almost like artsy,
yeah.
in which I can enjoy and appreciate.
Absolutely, absolutely. I agree. It's just about like going through information and seeing which is the right one and which one should you adopt and what's something that's not good to consume. And unfortunately, like I said, there is a lot of things that are served to us today, especially on social media, that's not the right representation of like sex and healthy sex. But I feel like I was, for example, using on the beginning, I started from magazines, like that were, I learned a lot from there. And then
In Serbia,
yes,
they
that's
had sex magazines in
no,
Serbia.
there was actually teenage magazines that were having, and there was like question section, and then there's
Oh.
like Maria, 15 years old. Can I get pregnant because my boyfriend masturbated close to my vagina? Like type of question. And then they're like, no, if it didn't come into contact. So I learned a lot from there for the first when I was like 15, 16, when I was starting to get into my sexuality. And then later on it started getting, you start watching porn, you start like learning from there, but then what's good for you, what's not, what's a good representation of sex. So you have to learn how to make that,
Yeah.
difference between what's healthy and what's not, I feel
Was
like.
your middle school like as horny as my middle school? Because I feel like middle school kids are so horny.
Yes, they
'Cause,
are.
you're just entering it. It's new. It's exciting.
You're
It's like,
absolutely
what is
right.
this? I'm getting a boner. My pussy's wet. I'm in school. Like, what's going on?
You're right. That was the horniest
Yeah,
period in
yeah.
the middle school. I didn't even thought about that. Yeah, that's when I started my first
Did you go to school in
relationship.
Serbia?
Yes.
What was that like?
I mean, we don't have middle school. We have like elementary school for us is like 1st to 8th grade, and then you go to high school.
Oh,
So 1st to 4th grade of high school. So that's like 12. I think that's the same, 12 grades in
Yeah,
total.
yeah.
So, but yeah, it was like there was a lot of things happening there. Like my first relationship,
Wow.
like my started that relationship in middle school, ended in high school, but it was like a 2.5 year relationship.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was my first sexual experience and everything, and I was navigating through all of that by myself,
Wow, your first sexual experience was with a guy that you were then dating for 2.5 years?
Yes, 2.5
Oh my
years,
God.
yeah,
Mine
yeah.
was like getting fingered by a classmate
Oh,
who's a girl, because I went to an all-girls school.
yeah, I didn't have no like sexual experience before him, like kisses and stuff like that. Yeah, but
Oh.
no sexual experience before that.
So
That was
you guys were just kind of like stumbling and trying together?
I had to have somebody who I trust on because, like, I'm telling you, like, it was such a taboo doing that,
Oh, in your school and
So-
your culture?
Yes, in my culture, So when my mom and dad found out,
You were like, girl, you're not saving yourself for after marriage?
They're like, you're 16. I'm like, yeah, it's perfect age.
That's pretty average. Yeah,
Yes,
16 is
like-
an average age of first times.
Yeah, like I'm like, what's wrong with that? But they did not like that idea. Oh my god! And then they set me for a talk, and I was like, y'all should have done this way before. Like when I was
You
like
said that
12,
to them?
13. Yes, I'm telling them that to this day. Like that was wrong. Y'all shouldn't have
Wow.
waited that long. And they're like, well, your sister didn't do nothing until she was 20. And I'm like, well, I'm not my
That
sister.
they know of.
Yeah, that they who knows, girl?
Okay, Raimi asks, how dangerous is it to have sex without protection?
It depends. I mean, if you're doing it with somebody you don't know, it's definitely really dangerous. There's
Right.
a lot of risk. It can ruin your life.
Yeah.
Do not do that.
Also, like, how many plan Bs do you want to take, you know?
Yeah, no.
It's damaging. I
damaging,
know
for sure.
that big pharma probably hates me because I have said this many times, but like taking a lot of plan Bs is dangerous.
No, absolutely. It's
Right.
not-
like
not,
it's a pretty intense medication.
hormones, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
I'm on birth control, so
right. I
like,
was too. I was on birth control.
yeah, so just like I'm noticing huge switch when I'm
Mm-hmm.
stopping birth control. A couple of times when I stopped in my life when I was switching, I can imagine if you're doing Plan B or not to
Mm-hmm.
talk about abortion, multiple times in your life, what kind of damage can that lead to in your reproductive system? So
Mm-hmm.
for sure,
And like in terms of, STIs, STDs, there's obviously like different, like a variety as well as like intensity, right? Because there's like
Yes.
chlamydia where you go take an antibiotic.
and that's done. Yeah,
And then that's done. There's UTI, yeah, like
Yeah.
drink some cranberry. But then there's also like HIV and
Yes.
the things that stay with you the rest of your life. So being cautious is important.
yeah.
And safe sex has such stigma. Like people just think it's such a loser move to have safe sex.
No.
Like, like, well, like we don't need a condom, we fuck raw. Like as in like,
Yeah.
if you use a condom, like such a loser move. Like what do you think about that?
That's horrible. I mean, especially if it's like pushed on young people like that, and I feel like it
Condoms
is.
are hot.
Especially if you're like changing partners often, having sex with somebody you don't know well, like you have to use condom. And condom is the best protection. You cannot find better protection than that when it comes to STDs, when it comes to everything. Like I'm on the pill, but that doesn't protect you from STDs. So you
Yes,
cannot.
period. A sexual health queen. We love. Condoms are. I don't know. I hope that I can help change a lot of young people's minds that condoms are actually really, really hot. Cause like whenever you're kissing and making out and they like push you on bed and then they fucking like pull out like a condom, that's so hot. Like you're prepared. Thank you. Like that's just
Yeah.
hot. And then bonus points if they can like peel it with their mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, extra hot. If my producer likes it, if they can peel it with their mouth. Yeah, like the bite, like
Yeah.
oh shit.
What do you
Yeah.
think about female condoms?
I'm gonna be honest, I've never used it, so I don't know how to talk about it. Like I've never used it before.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know anybody who uses that.
No. Oh, have you ever heard of like edible flavored lube
Yes, I love it.
where you can like use for blowjobs?
Yes, I love that.
What flavor do you like?
I use watermelon strawberry.
Oh, cute. I like honeydew.
Ooh, I never
Yeah,
tried that.
It's like melon.
Yeah, melon. I
Yeah.
know. I have
I
to try
really
that. I
like
love
it.
melon. Yeah.
I like that it adds like it at least feels like I'm sucking on like a popsicle or something,
Yes.
and not just like skin and sweat.
Yes, I understand that.
Yeah, and then like when he comes, then it's like like a mix of a little like candy. Okay, Shadow asks, how do you fix a dead bedroom?
Oof, that's
Have
hard
you
one.
ever experienced that? Even I feel like
I mean, it depends. It depends a lot on at least in my case, it depends a lot on my emotional stuff. Like if the bedroom is dead, that means something is not right in the
girl,
relationship.
I say that all the time. I'm like,
Like-
sex issue is not about sex.
Yes,
sex
never.
issue is about everything else.
Good sex is the outcome of a good relationship.
Yes.
Like it doesn't make the relationship good. It's the outcome of a good relationship. So the same if it's dead in the
agree.
bedroom, that means something in the background is not good.
Yes, that's why I think when it comes to how do you fix a dead bedroom, bedroom is you gotta fix the playfulness within your relationship.
Yes.
When the bedroom is dead, it means that your relationship isn't playful enough, isn't light enough, isn't exciting enough, and it lacks novelty. So, like, what else can you do within your normal life to increase those factors before you even think about, can she wear lingerie? Can we try a new position? It's not about new position. It's never about new positions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
about
think so.
everything else outside the bedroom. When it's right, when it's good, when there's attraction, of course you want to fuck.
Yes,
You know?
absolutely. I feel like that's why couples fight. Like after they fight, when they reconcile,
Yeah.
they like to have makeup sex because you
Yeah.
feel emotionally safe and good, so that you
Passion.
can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a lot emotional. Sex
I
comes,
feel
especially
like
for women.
anger and like horniness is probably like on the same spectrum.
Yeah, probably passion.
Yeah,
Yes.
like running hot.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be careful there too.
That's true. A lot of people are in toxic relationships where like
Yes.
that's all they do.
Yeah,
It's like
and that
they can't.
they lose that line between anger and like
Yeah.
passion, and then it kind of mixes up.
And then they
into
can't really find another way to bond.
Yes,
Like
it
just
shouldn't be
okay,
like
we
that.
have good sex.
Yeah, it shouldn't be
Yeah.
like that.
Have
no.
you ever been in a relationship where you're like, oh, we like the sex isn't good, and then you like decide like it's not good for you, or is sex like not super, I guess, a priority?
Yeah, I've been. I had a partner who wasn't that sexual, which was surprising because usually men are. But
A lot of guys are not.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's like that like thinking that we have that men are super sexual always,
Right.
and then when it's
Yeah.
not the case, you feel like, why is that not the case? But there was nothing wrong. It's just like he preferred not to have sex all the time. Then I had the partners that I wasn't compatible with, I would say, in some sense, So
I've been there.
yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like that influences the relationship. I feel like for me at least, sexual compatibility is really important.
Same.
Is really
It
important.
might be my number one.
Yeah.
Because I think for me, like that chemistry translates to other things.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
I'm
I
a lot
think
more willing to like compromise and be nicer and all the things.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you can notice that though before even it comes to the bedroom, from the way he kisses you, from the
Yeah, the other intimate things.
yes, you can notice if you have that sexual compatibility, but
Yeah.
not everybody's gonna be for you, and that's fine. Even if you like them, you can.
I know.
You can be
I have
attracted to them.
liked someone that was like when we had sex, I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no. Have you ever seen that animation cartoon called Big Mouth? It's on Netflix.
I think I did.
It's about high
I never
schoolers like
watched
being
it.
really
Yes.
horny. Yeah.
Yes.
So there is a character
yeah,
on
with
there.
with the sexy woman and some spirit that they have
Yes,
that comes out.
yes. Yeah, the hormone monsters.
Yes, yes.
So one of the characters, Elijah, he's an asexual boy.
Oh yes.
So it's like
Yes,
a
I
good
remember.
representation of like not all guys are horny. Like this boy
Yes.
is asexual. He does not want to have sex.
Yeah,
And he was dating
absolutely.
this girl that just wants to fuck him all the time.
Yeah, we also have to have. We don't think about it as much that some men are just not some sexual.
And
So-
also on the flip side, like when a woman has like a really high sex drive, sometimes it's like
Yes.
a taboo.
yes, taboo.
Like she's a whore
absolutely.
because she just wants to have sex all the time.
Yeah, I was recently talking about some fantasies and about that, and I was like, even now, 25, I'm like still
You're
embarrassed to talk about.
25 years old?
Yeah, I'm 25.
You're a baby. Look at you. Already started your business, getting in.
I lived a lot for my age. That's
A lot
the
of
thing.
experiences.
A lot of experience, like a lot of traveling, a lot of moving, new businesses. Like I started my business at 16, and that opened a lot of doors for me since then.
That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, the last segment of this show is called 5 Quickies with Dr. Tara.
Okay.
And it's just rapid round.
Okay.
Are you ready? Number 1. What do you do if you dated a guy that says he hates hair extensions?
Oh hell no, we can't. We can't do that. I heard some men saying that, and I'm like, excuse me? Are you so boring? Like, no, they don't know. They don't know how extensions can even translate into bedroom and into sexual.
Oh, yeah,
thing.
girl.
No,
Oh my
they
gosh.
don't know
That
nothing about
doggy
that.
with the...
Ooh, with the ponytail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 2. Hottest things about Serbian women.
Serbian women take care of themselves, like both body, both emotional. Like they love to look good. They love their makeup, hair done always. They take care of their bodies. Like they also love to take care of their men. That's why a lot of Westerners like them when they come to Serbia and when they see how our
We're like,
girls.
oh, we need a wife from here.
Like a lot of Americans go to Serbia and they're like, I love how Serbian women look like. Like they always say
you
that.
really take care of yourself.
Yeah, they really like in that European fashion, like we're very fashionistas, even though we don't have a lot of
So
money.
fashionable.
Yeah, they like to take care of their fashion. So they are beautiful women, generally speaking. They're tall too. I'm not best representation, but they are tall.
Why do you think that, okay, this is not a quickie, but why do you think that like Serbian women care so much about like taking care of their like body and fashion, like looks?
I'm sure there is like a cultural like this whole we have this whole big scene that's also like Serbia is the biggest in Balkan when it comes to music, when it comes to film, when it comes to, so I feel like that's a big influence too. But then I feel like fashion it was always big, you know. Italian fashion always translated well in Serbia, so they just like to look good. They just like to look good for their men. They just like to look good for themselves. They always been like that. I don't know why.
Love that.
Yeah.
What a vibe. Okay, number 3. Would you create a merkin line?
Ooh. I mean, if somebody would, that would be like, I feel like that would be a good new thing to add to the line. It would be like a big boom. Like everybody would write about that.
It's
like,
becoming so popular, right?
really
I saw it
again?
on TikTok.
I feel like that was like popular in 1800s. Last time, like I don't remember.
I feel like there is a market for it, like sex parties, OnlyFans, like you know, like a look.
Maybe
like
somebody has fetish
like wearing
for
a
it.
hat, like wearing a hair extension.
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
can take it off.
absolutely. I can see how somebody would buy that for
Okay,
sure.
I'm completely bald down
Me
here.
too.
I am like I'm like a dolphin, so
Yeah.
I would want to wear a merkin
Yeah,
from time to time.
Yeah, maybe to try it out because I'm not growing my own hair. I'm not growing there.
Okay, 4. Your favorite sex position?
It depends. If I'm feeling like making love, then it's gonna be missionary. I'm gonna like to be close to you. But then if I'm trying to like be a little bit, more spicy, then I guess doggy.
With
I feel
the
like
hair extension?
I feel like women usually don't say that. I feel like that's man position doggy.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, I love Docky.
yeah.
Have you ever had Docky with a with a vibrator on your clit?
I did while masturbating. I don't know exactly well. Actually,
It is amazing when you do it at the same time.
Actually, I bought something recently that's like a little rose thing.
Yeah.
And it's like also like dick vibrator ring.
Yeah.
And in any position that you go, it actually
Yeah.
stimulates the clitoris and it's great.
It's nice.
I don't know how it's for men, but for me it's good.
It's okay. They come anyways. Number 5, tell me one sexy secret about your time on 90 Day Fiancé.
Girl, I'm gonna have to disappoint you, but there is
There is
nothing
no
sexy
sexy.
about filming 13 hours a day. Like there is
Oh.
nothing sexy about that. You're like they don't want to take mic even when you go to the bathroom. So you're like, oh my God, I can't wait for them to take this mic off so I can like actually kiss my partner. You don't want
Yeah.
them to catch you on camera or on microphone doing something. At least I didn't want it.
Oh my gosh.
So like until we are like ready for the bed at 10, 11, nothing is gonna happen whole day. Like at least I wasn't comfortable with that in the first season.
You were so courteous. Last year I went to film a TV show in London called Celebs Go Dating, and I had the mic on me the whole day. I went to the bathroom. I like made out with my partner. I went back to the bathroom to poop. I had my
the
mic
whole
on the whole
day.
time. I'm like, oh, if you want to listen to it, you're welcome.
Yeah, I guess I should be like that. I should be like that because I was thinking about it too much, so that I was never, I could never relax. I was like, oh my God, I have this mic on me and I'm going to bathroom. Like it doesn't feel comfortable.
Okay, if you can ask me one question, what would it be?
Ooh, let me use my question well. When would you think that it would be the right time in a relationship to open up sexually and talk about those fantasies as a woman?
Sexual fantasies.
Yes. And what's like going too far for you?
I think in terms of talking, like sharing your sexual fantasies, it depends on how much trust there is and emotional closeness in the relationship. For some people, it might be like 3 months in.
Okay.
For some people, it might take a year to feel like emotionally close
Yeah.
and feel like you will not be judged. So
Yeah.
it just depends on whenever you feel like you can trust your partner, share it. Yeah. I shared with my partner like some pretty crazy fantasies about like second week of dating.
Ooh.
But he knows what I do. So
Yeah.
he's like, you're a sex expert. It's fine.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure he
it's
accepted
pretty
it
crazy.
well.
I have a really, really, really crazy fantasies that I probably can't share on like YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
My
asking. Like,
sexual
when is, like,
imagination is crazy. Yeah.
I feel like most of the girls they just don't want to admit.
They don't want to. They don't want to share it, or they don't want to be judged. Especially with like other women, I feel like sometimes it's like, oh, I don't want them to think of me a certain way.
Yeah.
But interestingly, I have a friend who is unhinged, like more than me, and she will share whatever the fuck because she's like, it's okay, it's a fantasy, it's just imagination. It's like,
Yeah.
people come up with crazy movies all the time, like Saw.
Yeah.
The Saw movies, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So she was like, I have breeding fantasy. So like, I have sex with my son, like, and I have sex with all my sons. And then my sons and I have children, and then I have sex with my grandsons.
Oh my God.
But it's just something that she imagines.
That comes from porn? Do you think that
Probably.
comes from watching too much porn?
Probably porn, and also like reading a really kinky erotica. Cause like writings are insane.
Yeah.
Like there are lots of writings from the author, a French aristocrat called Marquis de Sade, and he is the father of sadism. Like
Ooh,
a
yeah,
sadist.
yeah.
So that's his last name. So
That's
his
interesting.
books back in the days were insane, like really, really crazy. So, her breeding fantasy is like, I'm like, yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah. I mean, there's some fantasy that you're never going to fulfill. I'm sure you have them too.
No. Oh, I have lots that would never happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like alien gangbang, that would never happen. But we don't know because Elon Musk is going to Mars. But okay, where can everyone find you and your business?
Yeah. My Instagram is Miona Bell at Miona Bell. And my business page is Miona Beauty and www.mionabeauty.com. You can find my hair extensions and ponytails and all about my business.
Okay, how can hair extensions and ponytails increase a woman's sexual confidence?
Oh my God, I'm testifying to that every day when I get messages from my customers. Like, hair is so important to women.
Yeah.
Like, especially for women who are dealing with hair loss, with alopecia. Like, it's a huge deal for them. And I'm working on another hair extension now who are going to be more concentrated on like helping women with hair loss.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be just for aesthetic reason. It's going to be now targeting that alopecia on the temple. So it's a huge thing. I think it's even more important than makeup. Like if you have a good, skincare routine, if you have a good hair, you can look amazing going anywhere.
Oh, I can go without my makeup for sure, but I want my hair to look good.
Yes, exactly. So these ponytails just give you like a quick fix.
Yeah.
In 10 minutes you're gonna be ready to go out of the house, and you don't gotta spend. Sometimes hairstylists can be hundreds and hundreds of dollars, especially for special events.
And it's spicy.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Yay! And my Love Bites fam, thank you so much for listening and watching until the end of the episode. I love you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Every time someone subscribes, I have an orgasm. So I'm like, someone just press subscribe. I go, having a great day, having an orgasmic day. So don't forget to subscribe. And if you're listening from Spotify, Apple, please leave a 5-star review. If you don't like it, don't leave a review. But leave a 5-star review and leave us feedback, reviews. Like, we love seeing that. My producer and I we put a lot of effort into this show, and we just love hearing from you. If you want to ask me questions, go to luvbites.co. That's LUVBITES.co and click ask and ask away. I love hearing from you. Love you guys. Have an orgasmic day. Bye.
Thanks for listening. This was Love Bites.
Love Bites.
By Dr. Tara. Follow Dr. Tara on social media at lovebites.co. Have an orgasmic day.